Back with more of the Steve Malzberg Show. Obviously, I'm not Steve Malzberg, but Joe Concha. And look, we've been doing phoners and Skype most of the day. Nice to finally have Mr. Ungar on set.
I'm back.
Any relation to Felix Ungar?
Gee, I've never heard that material before. Let me write that down.
I thought I was being kind of crafty because that's not quite my
see,
generation.
I got caught with my coffee here. Should I pretend to kind of move it out, or should I just keep it?
If it's Irish coffee, then you should absolutely
Irish coffee.
keep. No, I don't think they allow that on the air. Even though Costas actually did a shot of vodka on the air.
Well, they all were. The Today Show yesterday or Sunday morning.
Yeah.
They were all doing shots of vodka on the air. So apparently, it's okay. It was American TV. I guess it's allowed to drink on air. You just can't show money.
Right.
I think that's the rule. You can't show real money because that's counterfeiting.
Or money.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, I admire Costas. I don't want to go into a media discussion too much, but
I do too.
People were just hammering him for him getting pink eye, which he has no control over.
Since you brought it up, what is up with everybody beating the crap out of NBC?
I know.
I mean, have we got that little to talk about that they're criticizing them for the way they did the opening ceremony? They made Bodie Miller cry. I mean, stuff that I've never heard before out of Olympic coverage.
Okay, so I did not like the Bodie Miller interview. I think it was justified there.
It's just an interview.
I get it, but you could ask one question about a dead
he
brother.
didn't mind it, by the way. He defended the interviewer.
I know. I wouldn't. I can't defend the producer though because it was on 20-hour tape delay, and they could have cut it down a little bit. Right. They showed 75 seconds. They just showed this guy crying.
Right.
Just dead silence.
But that's kind of, given the circumstances, I don't know that I would have made a different decision. It's touching. It's and I don't think it made him look bad. We knew why he was crying.
It helps him.
We knew, yeah. It wasn't. He wasn't crying because he lost or he won. He was crying because of a special situation.
Maybe
that tugged. What do you mean, maybe?
Well, one of the questions in the interview was, "Did you do this for your brother?" Basically, who 29 years old and died. He goes, "I don't know." He goes, "Maybe I was doing it to make myself proud." And then the third question comes again about the brother, not, "Hey, you're the oldest alpine downhill Olympian ever." That would have been a relevant question. It was, it seems like you're talking to somebody in the sky.
Yeah, it was a little.
Who
hokey.
was that somebody? It's like
you're begging
this guy to cry.
It was a little hokey, but you know what? It's just the Olympic coverage. It wasn't like asking, some foreign leader of great importance an inappropriate question. But the blowback it's getting, we have too much time on our hands.
Was it Phil Graham who said we're a nation of whiners? Right?
It could have been.
Yeah, when he was working for the McCain campaign.
Yeah.
I completely believe that. And that's always been the case, but now it's even more apparent because with social media, everybody has a microphone on Twitter.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Right?
And you don't see a lot of positive stuff.
No, never. No, you see positive stuff?
Where?
You see positive stuff on Facebook. You know why?
That's true, actually.
Because your name and picture are actually associated with it.
Right.
When you're on Twitter, you're
Nobody
Carlos
knows who you
Danger,
are.
and then no one's going to know who you are.
That's very true. That's very true. And you do see more positive stuff.
Yeah.
On Facebook. That's very valid.
Because there is accountability.
Yeah. I mean, Twitter just, what is everybody so angry about? I mean, I'm a political pundit for a living, right? I'm supposed to be angry.
Don't be angry.
I don't have anything to be angry about.
Of course not. You
like
have your
some
health,
things, but exactly.
What, 84, 85?
And I look great, right?
No, I know. Were you born in 84? I always get that confused. But I found the Olympic ceremony interesting because the one ring didn't light up.
Right.
And everybody said, well, this is obviously an
I know,
indictment.
they went nuts.
Conservatives did. On Russian infrastructure. Right? They can't even get the electric to work. And all I'm thinking was, I watched the Super Bowl the year before.
Yeah, the power went out.
Blackout.
Yeah, exactly.
That's our
right.
biggest event.
Yeah.
You try to get to the Meadowlands this year, you could walk from New York faster than you could to get the trains there.
It's really true.
Transit system's broken.
What is this about? What's with the insane level of criticism over everything?
Because it's more fun to be bad, I guess, and that's what cable news is basically built on, is criticizing stuff.
I guess.
I don't know.
It was just, I mean, you're right, that little thing that went wrong out of this grand show that they put on. I mean, seriously, what is the deal here,
Some
folks?
people in cable news should get paid minimum wage.
And it wasn't just cable news. There was a lot of social media.
There was a lot of social media, but cable news basically bases their rundowns.
They start it, yeah.
They read social meetings. Everybody's angry about this.
Yeah,
we should talk about it. Right? They take their cues now from it. It's
crazy.
It's crazy. So, I say that some people in cable news should get minimum wage. That's my horrible segue to our...
Oh, that's what you were doing.
Yes,
I know people in cable news who don't get paid at all.
You're supposed to take the bait.
I'm so sorry I missed that. I missed it.
Sure. So
more coffee.
Tell me about the Irish coffee. Tell me about the CBO report today that talks about a raise in the minimum wage could cost America 500,000 jobs.
Yeah, and I haven't, because it's obviously very fresh, I haven't had a chance to go through it. But what they are suggesting is that to raise the minimum wage to the $10.10 an hour, which is what the president's been suggesting, would cost 500,000 jobs, and in the short term reduce the national deficit, but in the long term increase it. Now, I don't like to pick and choose with the CBO, and I tend to be supportive of much of what they say, because often what they say matches what I think. So this time it doesn't, so I don't get to pick on them. It would just be wrong.
They're truly objective, though, right?
Yeah, I believe they
normally
are.
don't have a skin in the game.
I believe they are. I really do. Could be naive, but I think they are. The thing I'm having some trouble with, if you look at some of the states that have already raised their minimum wage
30 seconds.
to at least 10.10, I don't see them suffering job losses. So I'm a little bit confused about how they got there, and I'll dig into it and I'll find out.
Okay. I just think there's a compromise somewhere. The 725, I don't think you can live on that. No. I think 10.10, if that's too extreme, then get to 875 or something.
Maybe.
And prove it.
Maybe. I don't know what you do.
One place you could compromise, but again, here we are where the CBO, this is going to hurt the president's argument as far as...
It is. It's not going to be helpful, that's for sure.
That's true. Rick, thanks so much for being here. Enjoy your coffee, and go USA, go NBC, for that matter.
See, I stood up for you, NBC. Don't forget it.
The Steve Malzberg Show. Joe Concha filling in, back with more in just a moment.
The Steve Malzberg